Hello everyone, it's Carol here at Oak House Journals. Big warm welcome from me as always. Lovely to have you with me today. And I'm going to tackle week 36 or assignment number 36 of the Collage Weekly Planner Challenge for 2023, which is being hosted by Margarete Miller. And as I always say, there's a link in the description box below the video if the challenge is new to you. So I've got my prompts here, and as you can see in the background here, I've got a lightweight piece of card for me to work on with my collage. And quickly going through what I've chosen for the prompts. The first prompt is fall weather. Well, I thought this image here out of a Janet Marsh book was absolutely indicative of what our English fall weather is like. Any deciduous trees lose their leaves in no time. They're scattered on the ground everywhere. And I thought this was a lovely view of the English countryside in the late stages of autumn, early stages of winter. And what I've done as well is I've fussy cut out some more tiny little leaves that I can use on my piece. So that's what I've got to hit the first prompt. The second prompt is a quote, and I saw this quote today, absolutely loved it, made me chuckle, and what other excuse do I need to include it on my piece today? So I'm going to hold that up to the camera so that you can read it. I just thought that was priceless, and as you can see, I've just printed it out onto some tea stain paper that I've glued to some more of this lightweight card. The third prompt is something that represents time, so I've chosen this. Now this is a design for a moon phase, and I thought that the phases of the moon depict time quite nicely, and I also love the colours of this and thought they would fit in well with the autumnal theme. We've got lovely late afternoon sunshine streaming through the windows here, so I hope that's not bothering you too much. So I've got that one. The next one is stars. Well, I've got my little tub here. You will have seen me pull this out for a previous Margarete Miller prompt that required stars. So I've got some very, very tiny ones here, and I think I used these last time, but as you can see, I've got quite a selection in here from gold to silver, multicolored ones. I've got some white ones here, and if you peel these apart you get tiny little iridescent stars, so I may well be using those. And I've got some little smaller ones tucked away behind these Christmas trees. So lots of options for those. The next prompt is something sharp. Well, here in the UK, we're always referring to a sharp frost in a morning. So I've gone with that theme, and I've printed off here an image of Jack Frost. And again, you can see why I wanted to use this little guy. Not only does he hit the prompt for the word sharp, but also he's sat on a couple of autumnal looking leaves there. And I thought if I use either white or iridescent stars, that would pick up with the Jack Frost theme as well. And then finally, the bonus prompt is washi tape. No doubt you're the same as me. As a crafter, we have oodles of rolls of washi tape. I'm not sure which one I'm going to use as yet, but I'll dig one out towards the end, one that will work in with my project. So the first thing I want to do is to have a look at my image on my background page, and as always I'm working on some white lightweight card with a 1 centimetre border drawn all the way around in pencil. I've cut my background piece here to just within inside the border on either side, and as you can see I've got quite a large gap top and bottom. I now need to go away and fussy cut my Jack Frost out, and I will trim this down as well on my guillotine, so I'll be back when I've done these two bits. So I've cut out Jack Frost, and I've cut away the leaf from, or the leaves from underneath his foot and his hand, because I thought that if I popped him up in the branches of this tree, that because I've got that branch going off to one side and a little bit of a branch on that side, that I could almost make it look like he was sat in that little nook up there and balancing his hand on this branch. So that's roughly what I thought about where I would have him placed, and I don't mind that he's going off the top of here at all. In fact, I'm quite liking that, and I'm going to move him over so that this leaf here, which was the end of the image, is actually over the edge of this and right up to the border. So he's right up to the top and right over to this border and positioned so that he looks like he's actually resting on the branch there. And I've trimmed this right down. As you can see, I've taken off the little spearhead and these dots here at each end, like that. And I've chopped away the top portion, because what I thought I could do with this piece is put it down at the bottom here to hide Mr. Mole. As adorable as he is, I think he's not really in character. And I thought I could do something like that. Now, I don't mind if his nose is just peeping up there, because I have these leaves here that I can scatter all over my image and hide that nose. So I'm going to go ahead and get this glued in place. And now this piece I wanted along the bottom like that. I'm actually thinking I might go ahead and cover up the mole's nose. I think that would be better. So let me put some glue on this. There we go, like that. Now, before I go in with my leaves and my star, I really need to decide what I want to do with this and where I want to position it. And I'm sort of thinking in this area here. So I'm just going to, for the minute, tear this away. It does seem such a shame to cover up that lovely image, but it needs doing, I think. I could have it up there and then just have my leaves and stars in here, but I don't think they will be enough in the centre here. So I think I really do need to have this as my focal element. So maybe have it there. I'm liking that, but I think I'd like to trim it on my decollage trimmer. That'll give a better finish to it. So there we go, I've trimmed that with my decollage trimmer, and I'm going to pop a bit of glue on here and pop it onto my background. I've printed this out in the same autumnal tones as the moon phase down here and Jack Frost's leaves up there. So I've got my three sort of colour areas on here, and I'm hoping that I can pull it all together with my leaves and my stars. Before I go in and place my leaves, I think I need to get some washi tape on here somewhere. So I'm just going to find a piece that would be best to use on here. And I'm wondering whether or not to use a piece up there, really. I was originally thinking that I would put a little portion across here and here. Not very original, but I thought that might work. This space up here is bothering me a little bit, so I might see if I can find a little bit to go across there somehow. So let me go away and have a look and see what I can find. Oh my goodness, everybody, you'll never believe it. I was reaching around in my stash of washi tapes, and I have a few on little dowling pegs like this. And I thought, oh, that brown colour might look good. And I thought, so I thought I'd better check what the writing says on it. And would you believe it? It actually says here, crisp, if I can hold that up to the camera, it actually says crisp autumn leaves. Oh, I couldn't believe it when I saw that it said that. So I'm just going to pull a little bit off there and a little bit off there. I'm not going to waste that bit, so don't worry. And put a bit of glue on the back. Oh, now I'm dithering. Do I want that? Oh, I've picked this up now. Do I want that up there? Or do I want it down there? I'm going to go with it down here. Just like that. Maybe move it down a bit. And I'm going to take another little tiny piece. Have that down there. I think I'm going to go in with my stars and my leaves. So let's scatter some of these around. So that's another one. So I think, yeah, I could have something like that. Yeah, definitely liking that one there. So let's go with that one. I'm going to go with it up there actually, everybody, just to break up that piece at the top a little bit. Let's have that angled. Yes, that's better. Right, now I need to get some stars on here, don't I? I would have liked to have had more leaves down at the bottom, but that's okay. I can live with that. I haven't got any more leaves that I can chop up and use. These leaves came from the lower portion of this background image there, so I haven't got any more that I can chop up. And I thought that I might try and put these little white ones or iridescent ones on here and almost make it appear like Jack Frost was sending them down. Not sure if that's going to work, but we can see. If not, I can go in with some goldy coloured little tiny gold ones. So maybe I could put a little gold star, a little star up here. Let's have a look at this. Not quite working for me, so let's have a look at some of these little tiny ones here. They might work. I can do just a little scattering. I think they might be more in keeping, even though I originally wanted to use white. I've got some of these tiny little ones as well that I can use. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with these, everybody. It would have been nice if I had some white ones that were smaller, but I'm actually thinking gold will go with the autumnal colours. Shame about that, but never mind. You have to go with what you've got, and I don't think I've got anything else in here that I can use. So yeah, it's these little gold ones. So let's get some of these on my piece. And there we go, everybody. That's my finished assignment for this week. It came together really quickly. Just a very simple idea as well. But I'm quite pleased with it. I love the colours on it, and I love how simple it is. So just quickly taking you through the prompts. Fall weather. Well, I've got this image here, and I've got my leaves blowing in the wind, or that's how I hope they look. A quote, well, I've got this "mark my words" Jack Frost quote here, which, as I said, made me chuckle when I read it. Something that represents time, well, I've got my moon phase down here. Stars, well, I've got a huge spattering of stars, 2 different sizes, all along the top here, and one rogue one down there. Something sharp, well, Jack Frost, he's my interpretation of sharp, and washi tape. I've got this very fortuitous piece there and another little piece there. I mean, what's the odds of finding that? Shows I don't know what's in my stash, doesn't it? So anyway, everybody, I hope you like seeing this one come together, and I hope you'll join me for the next video. Until then, have a great week, happy crafting, and as always, photographs at the end if you'd like a closer look. Bye bye now.